According to some reports, China has been conducting a series of anti-ship ballistic missile tests in the South China Sea. In a statement, Pentagon spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Dave Eastburn said one anti-ship weapon was seen in the waters within the last few days. He said, "Of course, the Pentagon was aware of the Chinese missile launch from the man-made structures in the South China Sea near the Spratly Islands." He added further, "What's truly disturbing about this act is that it's in direct contradiction to President Xi's statement in the Rose Garden in 2015 when he pledged to the US, the Asia-Pacific region, and the world that he would not militarize those man-made outposts. I'm not going to speak on behalf of all the sovereign nations in the region, but I'm sure they agree that the PRC's behavior is contrary to its claim to want to bring peace to the region. And obviously actions like this are coercive acts meant to intimidate other South China Sea claimants." The latest development will further increase the already heightened tensions over the waters. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes Chinese testing of anti-ship ballistic missile and other provocation in the South China Sea. Let's get into the details. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. If you are, like us, fascinated by military vehicles and technology, I recommend you give War Thunder a try. It's a military vehicle combat game which you can download and play for free on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One with cross-platform support. It has a huge variety of more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s, which you can take to battle on land, in the air, and at sea on more than 80 theaters of war. War Thunder's been kind enough to offer all Defense Updates viewers a special bonus, which will grant you a free premium tank or aircraft and 3 days of premium account time for registering using our link in the description below. So take the plunge and join more than 20 million players from around the world. China claims most of the South China Sea. It's said that it has indisputable sovereignty over the area. Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan have disputed these claims. The route is significant as about $5 trillion in trade through shipping passes each year. Countries like the US, Japan, and India have no claims in the area and want freedom of navigation as per international maritime laws. China has tried imposing a unilateral decision as per which all ships and aircraft navigating in the area need to identify itself to the Chinese Navy. Viewers may note that the Philippines approached International Tribunal for arbitration and argued that Chinese activity in the region was violating international law. On July 12th, judges at Hague Tribunal completely rejected China's claims over the waters and stated that China's claim that it enjoyed historical rights over the South China Sea is incorrect. China had argued that the tribunal had no jurisdiction in the matter and rejected the decision. Chinese activities in the region have been getting more and more aggressive. Though it's not clear what missile has been tested, but is most likely to be the DF-21D. DF-21D is an anti-ship ballistic missile, ASBM, and is capable of targeting a moving aircraft carrier strike group from long range. It has a maximum range exceeding 1,450 kilometers or 900 miles and is thought to be operational since 2009. DF-21D has hypersonic speed and can be launched from land-based launchers. It can carry a large single conventional or nuclear warhead of 600 kilograms or about 1,320 pounds. United States Naval Institute in 2009 stated that such a warhead would be large enough to destroy an aircraft carrier in one hit, and that there was currently no defense against it if it worked as theorized. Since then, the United States has responded by deploying more SM-6 anti-ballistic missile on its Aegis-enabled Arleigh Burke-class destroyer and Ticonderoga-class cruisers. SM-6 is a superior weapon when compared to SM-2 and SM-3 missile, and is better equipped to intercept a missile like DF-21D. But in any case, DF-21D will pose a significant challenge to American warships. China has deployed long-distance radars in multiple places in the artificial islands. These radars will enable them to monitor the region from different points, providing them with a holistic view of the region. This means that any aircraft or ships entering the region will not be able to evade detection. Though not confirmed, China claims some of its radars can detect stealth jets. This means even the fifth-generation fighter jets, like F-35s and F-22 Raptors, will find it difficult to penetrate the airspace. Hence, launching a surprise attack will be hard. China launched the Gaofen-3, which has a radar system that captures images from space with a resolution down to 1 meter, or 3 feet, and can operate in all weathers. The satellite has been specifically launched to keep a tab on all activities in the South China Sea region. This will provide China with the ability to continuously monitor the region and help it scramble combat aircraft and warships in case any foreign ship or aircraft enters the region. During a state visit to the U.S. in September 2015, President Xi Jinping maintained that Beijing does not intend to pursue militarization in the Spratly Island chain. The most recent satellite photographs suggest a different plan. The photos collected and scrutinized by the Center for Strategic and International Studies, a Washington-based research organization, shows the construction of reinforced aircraft hangars at different parts of the disputed territories. Reinforced hangars are not used for civilian aircraft but are used for military aircraft. Summary of the center's analysis suggests that the hangars on all 3 islets are meant for military purpose and have room for any fighter jet in the Chinese Air Force. According to Chinese sources, the YJ-12 has a speed of around Mach 2 if launched from low altitude and up to Mach 3.2 when launched from high altitude. It has a maximum range of 380 kilometers depending on launch altitude, so it can be fired from far off. In the terminal phase, the missile can travel at a very low altitude of 15 meters, which makes it hard for the sensors to detect. When this missile appears over the horizon and gets detected by ship sensors, the ship would only have some 45 seconds to intercept it before impact. The speed, range, and ability to skim close to the sea surface makes it one of the most deadly anti-ship missiles in the world. A saturation attack by YJ-12s will be hard to defend against even by sophisticated defenses of the U.S. military. The HQ-9 is China's new generation medium to long-range active radar homing surface-to-air missile. The most basic formation of an HQ-9 batteries consists of multiple radars, command control center, supporting vehicles, and 8 transporter erector launchers, TELs, each with 4 missiles, totaling 32 rounds ready to fire. To maximize the combat effectiveness of HQ-9, dedicated fire control radar is present. Designated as HT-233, it has a range of 300 kilometers. Similar to the Russian S-300V, the HQ-9 is a 2-stage missile. The missile has a total mass of almost 2 tons and a length of 6.8 meters. The missile is equipped with a 180 kilogram warhead, has a maximum speed of Mach 4.2, and has a maximum range of 200 kilometers. The system could target aircraft, drones, and cruise missiles, potentially making it dangerous for the U.S. Air Force to enter the airspace protected by it. Republican Senator James Imhoff of Oklahoma had raised serious apprehension about Chinese activities in the South China Sea during a Senate hearing earlier this year. Imhoff said, "It's like you're preparing for World War III. You're talking to our allies over there, and you wonder whose side they're going to be on." Keeping all the aspects in view, It can be easily understood that China is trying to dominate the region and is actively pursuing military options to achieve its goals. Slowly but surely, the South China Sea has become a major escalation point, and one day could trigger a full-scale military conflict between two nuclear-armed nations.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.